Hey guys, it's the History Nerd, and we're here, not back. Well, I guess technically we're back. We're here with Silent Hunter 5, Season 4. It's been an ordeal. I started recording this single episode at 11 o'clock today. It is now 7 after 3. And it's not so much issues with the game as it is with me just being pretty freaking rusty, and some issues with the game, naturally. Anyway, you guys may be wondering what ship we're on and who the captain is. We are on the U-boat Grey Wolf. The captain is Wilhelm H. Bauer. So that's what's going on there. Why the Grey Wolf? A couple of reasons. Our U-boat is gray. We can get a wolf icon. So, I mean, that right there is probably enough. But I'm also way back when I was young a big fan of TIE Fighter. I guess, I mean, technically I'm still a big fan of TIE Fighter today. It's a very, very great game that I'm not going to go back and play, because I prefer to leave that game safely in the realm of nostalgia. We don't need the minimap that big. I'm concerned my crewmen aren't telling me the speeds we're adjusting to, but I'm sure that'll fix itself at some point. So anyway, in the old TIE Fighter canon, Grand Admiral Thrawn, I think before he was a Grand Admiral, in fact, I think it was the campaign that made him a Grand Admiral, his flagship was the Grey Wolf. So, I get to pretend I'm Grand Admiral Thrawn. That's pretty cool, isn't it, Dieter?
Yes, sir.
How's your family?
My wife complains the kids are behaving like rascals. I'm so proud of them. Chips of the old block.
Oh, isn't that great? We'll talk to you later. In fact, we'll go down and talk to the rest of the crew as we're leaving Memel. So yeah, Eric, do you think we have a chance against the Royal Navy?
War, Herr Cologne, is a matter of will, not fleet size. Jawohl, Herr Cologne.
A triumph of the will, if you will.
Waiting your order.
You never have anything. Joseph, how's the wife?
Later is better. Still bad when my parents are with her now. I guess there isn't much I could do for her anyway.
Not while you're stuck here, my friend. Keep up the good work. Let's go talk to Wolfram and Benno. Wolfram, how's it going?
Jawohl, Herr Cologne.
How's your brother? I hear he made it onto the Bismarck.
He's fine, Lieutenant. Herr Cologne, thanks. He's very honored to serve on such an outstanding ship.
Well, your parents must be very proud.
They are, Herr Cologne, especially our mother. Jawohl, Herr Cologne.
Well, don't worry. We'll do plenty to make your mother proud. Benno?
Jawohl, Herr Cologne.
How are you doing?
I'm doing all right, Captain. No complaints. Thank you.
No one's picking on you?
No. Well, maybe sometimes. But it's nothing serious, Captain.
Well, you let me know if there's any trouble. I know how hard it can be to be the
Okay,
youngest
Captain.
crew member.
I'll let you know.
All right. Who else? Nobody down there. We'll head back and talk to Baldy and Olaf. And that'll be the crew. How's it going? You still writing in that book of yours?
Regular, Captain. It keeps me sane, otherwise my thoughts would be raging in my head.
Well, nobody wants that. You keep those thoughts on paper where they belong.
Try some of this too, Captain?
Olaf, I see you brought your violin.
Yeah, but the bosun cut my strings, says there's enough noise down here.
You just let him cut your strings?
Trust me, that score isn't settled. I'll get him back somehow.
Well, that's good to know. Keep up the great work feeding us salami and ham and bananas. I hope you're not mixing those three into some sort of weird meat salad. Oh, come on, game. You can make it. All right, well, let's get back up on deck. And let's go over, if I can have my mouse pointer, thank you, what's going on with the game. So you can see, other than the mess of things covering the mission objectives, that we have no iron crosses, and indeed, we have no progress bars either. That's part of the no stupid tonnage bar mod. which is a great mod. Because now the entire war is all about tonnage. So you want to sink as many tons of ships as you can, which is great. That's exactly the way it should be. I shouldn't be locked out of missions because, well, I've sunk hundreds of thousands of tons of British shipping. I didn't sink any off the coast of Northern Africa. So, with that, it's going to be good because we'll be able to progress without having to use a save editor or anything like that. So we can hopefully just continue on to the end of the war. That's pretty much about it. So I will see you guys when we get to the Baltic and we got some Polish ships to sink. See you guys in a bit. Alright, so we are in the Baltic. We've got 2 Polish destroyers here. Obviously we're in visual range. That is intentional. I wanted to make sure they would come get us. We've got a task force of 3 German surface ships over here. I want to at least try and sink 1 ship before the surface ships get involved. So, we're going under because you never want to face a destroyer on the surface if you're in a lowly U-boat. Because that's taken far too many risks with the life of your crew and the structural integrity of your ship. It's a dangerous thing. It's a dangerous game to play. Not that I've ever done it, mind you, but I imagine it would be a dangerous game to play. Alright, so let's shift course so we are facing pretty much directly at the coming in destroyer. And let's get this as close to the effing surface as we can. There's no way that just is that. There's no way to finally adjust this, and it drives me crazy. Like that is as best as we're going to do. Now where is this destroyer? There he is. Keep ourselves pointed straight at him. And we want to get pretty close. Certainly 3.5 kilometers is not what I would say pretty close. 2 kilometers, that's getting better. Still a ways out, but let's see. We can't give this ship something to think about. We're all set. We're all good. Let's loose that torpedo and follow it on in. We can speed up time a little bit. I don't know. Yeah, no, that's looking good. Provided it doesn't go under, this is looking just fine. And I tell you what, that never gets old. Now, he's still going to be barreling down on us, so let's try and shift direction just ever so slightly. Really, that's absolutely atrocious. Go deeper. Huh, really? You're just gonna... Well then, let's not go deeper. Let's get back up to periscope depth. If you're just gonna sit there, I don't think you're a kill. You're definitely not. But you've decided to run away, have you? Do we think that's enough to kill a destroyer? I mean, he is moving pretty quickly. And how far out is this fellow? I suppose it's a bit of a stretch for the electric torpedo here. Oh, and we do have another destroyer over there. Is he coming in to meet us? No, he's probably going to get himself involved with those surface ships down there, and that is definitely not what we want. We want these guys to die by our ship and not the other way around, or not the surface ships. So, why would you readjust? That is as best as we're going to get, isn't it? Yes, come back. Or he's taking up the lead position, which means that is within range of a fast torpedo. So let's acquire a lock and loose that, and then we might as well do the same here with this guy and loose that. There are the fishes coming in. We can probably slow that down and see if we can get an aerial view to scope these bad boys out. Well, that was a miss, but that looks like it's going to be a hit on this guy. And indeed it is. So that's 2 destroyers damaged. Looks like we just caught this guy. So I would imagine his engines are going to cut out. Yeah, well, I mean, they've probably cut out now. Which should mean, as long as those surface ships don't come up here, we should be able to record 1 kill anyway. Unless he's already dying. I thought for a second there I saw some German surface ships coming in, and we don't want that. I would say chances are pretty good that this guy's going under. Indeed, indeed. Come on. All the way under, please. Don't pull this crap on me. I mean, he's not showing up on the minimap anymore, so one must assume he's dead. Yay! Did that actually get recorded as a kill for us? It did. Ooh, it was a big destroyer, too. What was that? Come on. A Grit-class mine layer. Oh, it wasn't even a destroyer. Laying some mines, I see. That's some tricky business. I don't know if we'll catch that guy, but we can probably catch him on a return pass here if we just sit back and wait and, in fact, shut our engines down. Where are you? There you are. Fairly easy to see, what with all the fire. Get that up. And let's speed up time just a little bit. That's looking much better. We will acquire a lock and fire. I don't know about this one. Maybe. Oh yeah, that's gonna hit. Is it? I don't know, that's close. Oh, are you effing kidding me? Fine, we'll... reposition again. Although by the time we get turned around, he's gone. Alright, well, we will just have to have a feeling these are some mines that I'm glad we've avoided. Oh dear. Too aggressive on the time acceleration. I'm intrigued that this guy has yet to sink. Alright, if we blast ahead full power, then cut our engines, acquire them with the rear tube. Oh, yes. Yes, I hear you hunting for me. And little do you know that I'm hunting for you. Well, I mean, I'm sure you know I'm hunting for you. I've hit you once, and you're still alive. So I'm going to hit you twice. Can I not? Not even that worked, huh? Did we split it in twain? Oh, we did too. It might just be a good day. Let's get up on the surface and head down over here to see if we can investigate some Polish shipping for ourselves. See you guys in a bit. All right, we've got ourselves a beautiful looking Polish freighter. So we're going to load up our electric tube, get ourselves a lock, and loose that torpedo. That did fire, right? Okay, good. The angle, not the best. I will admit that. It's, well, you know, this is a fine angle for hitting destroyers. Maybe not the best for hitting freighters. But he certainly knows we're here now. So, oh well, now you're really close, aren't you? Okay, well, let's acquire another lock, loose another torpedo. Hope this doesn't just bounce off the hull. And I think that's a miss. That's fine, because we're actually getting a much better angle on the ship now. So hopefully it'll just blow up. I don't think it blew up. I think that torpedo just bounced off the hull. We're a bit too close. Well, that's fine. We know what to do here. This ship isn't going to be armed, and even at this range, Max shouldn't have issues. I'm hoping he's not going to come around to ram, and we should be okay for that now. Normally, for this Let's Play, I would be putting Max on the guns, but because we're right here, We don't need to be aiming up. This ship is awfully close, although I guess we could try to get some shots into the superstructure here. Although maybe just punching holes through with the armor piercing might be better. Either way, I would say that is a success. That freighter is headed for the bottom. So that's good news. What was she? Just a normal everyday freighter. A Rongel small old split for 2,400 tons. We'll take it. And let's go investigate some more of these Polish ports and see if we can find ourselves any other targets. See you guys in a bit. Probably the easiest port raid we will ever conduct. Can we acquire that target? we're sitting still. They're sitting still. Come on. Come on, Max. You can do better than this. Two more shots, Max. Have you hit it yet? Oh, there you go. That's what, 1 for 6. You are going to have to do much better than that. 1.3 kilometers out. Where's my... So there. Probably about there. Yep. I know, on this fishing boat I should be using torpedoes. It really is the only way to sink them. But, we'll go with the deck gun for now. Try and follow proper submarine fighting strategies, at least initially. Let's head on up top. Whoa. Do a little shimmy foot around, and then we might as well, like, make sure this area is nice and clear of any Polish ships, and then that should hopefully kill enough time that we can head back to Kiel without worrying about the mission. So I will see you guys when something exciting happens. See you in a bit. Got another one sitting there in port. So, well, no. Come on, thank you. Let's cut our engines. Dieter, give me Uzo. Thank you very much. And let's see. I don't know about the one on the other side of the wall, but we can certainly do some damage with this. We can probably go 3 meters or so. And fire that torpedo off. Watch it do its fancy little turn. Oh god, don't crash. The game is still a temperamental beast. Well, I don't know if that's going to be enough to kill it. So, let's put... Oh, you know what? Let me put the shells into it. It's a stationary target. I know how hard those are for you to hit, Max. Right. Range to target. Almost 2 kilometers. We can probably drop that down. And let's center this so I can see when it dies. Maybe bring it down a little bit more. There we go. That's feeling better. Yes, alright, let's try and spread this fire around, shall we? It's dead! Beautiful. We can return to course and continue on our merry way. What was it that we sunk? I have a feeling another Yukon or a split freighter of some description. Thank you. Let's see. We've got a C-1B medium merchant for 6,700 tons. Well, that was worth it, wasn't it? Here's hoping we see some more juicy freighters along the way. See you guys in a bit. So it looks like the Luftwaffe has already come through and done a little bit of damage. So that's good. But we've got quite a few ships just sitting here. I think we should let go of all of our ordnance and then head on back to Kiel. So we'll snag some of these guys and call it a day. What's our range right now? 1.5 kilometers, huh? Alright. We'll cut engines. We'll get nice and zoomed in. And we might as well finish what the airplane started, am I right? I'm right. Of course I'm right. I'm the captain after all. So let's spread out some of these shells. Although I'm thinking we might want to go a little bit higher to try and get some damage up on deck. That's exactly what I was looking for. Some more explosions. There we go. Yes. Can we get some exploding up in the front? I have a... Oh, yes, we can. Can we ever? And another shell. Maybe another shell. And there can't be much left of this ship. Come on. Using as many shells as Max would. I wonder if this thing's just not going to sink. That wouldn't be possible, would it? We're certainly going to be swapping over to armor-piercing shells for some of these ships, though. Like, how many times can a ship explode before it's not a ship anymore? Whole thing's on fire. Maybe we're going about this the wrong way. Give me that. Let's get a torpedo lock. Full speed. Wait a second. It's dead. Let's not waste a torpedo. Let's pick up speed for the next ship. That guy there. And turn. And now, give me that. Let's get a lock and los. And I'm not going to complain about sinking a nice little oil freighter here, or a... Oh, what's the thing? A tanker. I'm very unimpressed with that shot. Not gonna lie. We can do better than that, gentlemen. Yes, the seas are bouncy. But that shouldn't be an issue. There we go. That's a kill. So that's another tanker down. Let's get out of Uzo and scope out how we're doing. A Hog Island type freighter, 5,000 tons is nothing to turn your nose up at, that is for sure. And a Ranger tanker for 3,400 tons, also not something to turn your nose up at. Let's take you and actually adjust our course more along the line of the coast here. Well, I guess the line of the harbor. And we should have... Oh, look at that. Look at that. A nice shot. A nice broadside shot, which is really... If you're going to be sinking ships, that's how you should be sinking ships. Let's get nice and zoomed in. Let's also figure out our range. 650 meters. I'm not going to complain about that shot at all. In fact, I will pull that out just so, well, I'm fairly confident that this ship will be going down soon. Right? We've had lots of explosions already. How much more damage can you take, freighter? There, that's what I'm looking for, the big explosions. That's how I know you're close to dying. Come on. Wow, that shot jumped a bit high. There we go. That ship is dead. What was she? She was a C-1B type medium merchant for another 6,000 tons. I'm not going to complain about that. Let's scope out this last ship. Looks like another big freighter. So we might as well kill it. Let's see if we can get some elevation on this next one into the bridge. A little bit higher. A little bit higher. There we go. Man, in this situation, I really hope there's no crew on. Although I see people moving around, so this is just not a good way to go. Anytime you want to start exploding, there! All you have to do is ask nicely sometimes. Let's see if we can spread the fires around. Bring that down a little bit. That was almost, I could feel it. That was almost a proper explosion. Oh, we're out of high explosives. All right, shifting over to armor piercing. And so now we're just going to be wanting to punch holes through this ship as close to the water line as possible. Which probably means no difference in elevation. And it's still going to be going a little bit too high. That's fine. Just as long as we do enough damage to get this sucker dead. That's all that really matters. And yes, this is a little renown farmy, I will agree, but why wouldn't you do this? I mean, it's the beginning of the war. We have a reputation to build. For old Captain Bauer. Well, I can't complain about that. We split it in twain, and it exploded in a sea of awesomeness. So, with the Polish merchant marine pretty much non-existent, I think it's time to take ourselves and head to Kiel. Now, I'm not gonna tempt fate and rebase right away. I will do my due diligence, and after all of this, wait until the mission actually ends, because after this success,
Yes, sir.
secure the deck gun. Oh, it is secured.
Man the deck!
And
Yes,
Peter,
sir.
secure.
Secure the...
Thank you, sir. Yeah, we will be back when we get to Kiel. See you guys in a bit. All right, well, with a save and a reload, because that's what I have to do for going into ports, we are ready to end that patrol.
All stop.
Okay. Well, I would say that was a resounding success. 30,000 tons plus of shipping already. For those wondering, here are the gameplay settings. This should come as no surprise to anybody who's watched any of my series before. So, 69%, that is what we aim for. Because everyone needs a little 69 in their life. Am I right? Yes, I am. My U-boat is going to need a few upgrades.
Sure.
Sir,
What do you want?
look at that renown. It's amazing. It's amazing, the renown we've got. First thing we're going to need, actually, is the hydrophone. Always, 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 always upgrade this first, because it gives you 360 degrees of coverage instead of just along the sides of your ship. So much better. Absolutely worth it. Now, we could go for a paint scheme and use up most of our renown. What I'm going to do instead, though, is go for the captain's emblem, because the Grey Wolf, she needs her wolf. So let's equip that. We've got 1,400 renown to play with already. That is
Sure thing.
amazing.
What do you have in mind?
We're going to load up on all the steam torpedoes. Lovely.
All right. I'll have the meals loaded onto your boat.
I hope you will. And you,
Welcome back, Herr
Captain
Cologne.
Deadeyes, what are my orders?
Come in, Captain.
We're going to skip through this. If you guys want to hear the briefings, let me know, and I will, in the future, roll with them. But for now, I'm just going to skip through them, because they are kind of long. So let me know. If you guys want to hear them, then I will patiently sit through it for your guys' benefit. Regardless, we're going to request the Eastern British Coastal Waters. That's not going to be the first mission we do. Oh, no, no, no. We will be going for Scapa Flow, obviously, because battleships are huge amounts of renown, and we're going to want all the renown we can get. But we're going to leave that for another episode. Season 4. Save. There we go. Give that a save. And thumbs up if you have enjoyed today's episode. Leave your comments, questions, concerns, thoughts, jokes, musings, what have you below. For some reason we failed the Baltic operations, and I don't know why. You'd think with 16 merchant ships sunk, 4 warships sunk, that it would have been completed. So I don't know why that isn't completed, but whatever. We won't worry about that. 70,000 tons of renown is absolutely worth having someone say, oh, you didn't do enough against the Poles. Well, I think we did. Anyway, guys, thank you all very much for watching. We'll see you next time.